One. All right. So, sorry, I totally forgot I had this. Um, so kind of changing up the camera view today. It's just gonna see how it looks and all that. Yeah. Game one finals. I usually don't talk about this, but just because this is literally the last series until it goes into the off season, I was like, you know what? Let's just kind of go over what happened. I know people aren't really gonna watch this. They're probably gonna watch JJ Redick, Pat Bev, and all them right now. Um, it's just very it was just a very interesting game, I should say, today or tonight. um it, I just want to give congrats to Nuggets fans and all that stuff, or just Nuggets in general, for even making it here. I know coming into this game, we heard a lot about altitude, and then, oh, if the Nuggets are rusty and all this other stuff throughout, just coming into the series, into this game. And from what I've seen, the Nuggets are back on top, number one seed again. Like, they just look like the Nuggets that have been playing almost all year. Um, yeah, just Jokic just being Jokic, Jamal Murray carrying the team, Aaron Gordon playing great defense, Bruce Brown, KCP also playing good defense. Christian Brown, even though he got no points throughout the whole game, he played good defense as well. Um, just an overall team effort from the Nuggets. Love to see Jeff Green also play too, from his old age. Um, yeah, it was just a great overall thing to see from this team, and where they came from last year, just getting knocked out in the first round, to now being into this area where they've made it to the finals. And Jamal Murray is back to the person who he used to be. Also, shout out to MPGA for all his shots tonight. He felt like a knockdown shooter. Obviously, he's been that for almost the whole season, but tonight was just even better. Um, this yeah, like, I even though I picked the Heat to win, I sure as hell think that the Nuggets are definitely going to win this this whole series. I just more picked the Heat because I just want to see Jimmy win. In all honesty, I just want to see Jimmy win the title for once. But in after this game, I just don't see the Heat winning. And not to discredit the Heat, they were. I mean, obviously, Caleb Martin, Max Juice were not playing their full potential, and then they also just kind of finished the Celtics series just 2 days ago. They also moved to Denver, which a higher altitude, understandably so. Just yeah, I understand the Heat are still getting accumulated, into the series, into Denver in general. Um, but still, I think in general the Denver team is just a better offensive machine, a better. I mean, not. I don't think they're better defensive. I think honestly, the Heat have a better potential, are better potentially at defense than the Nuggets. It's just that the Nuggets are now picking it back up. Everyone's playing good to great defense. Even Jokic, who's usually not seen as the guy to be the number one person for defense, he's just holding his own and being very reliable on the defensive end, and then just being the guy you need to be on the offensive end. Which, I mean, he just spins around you, does a little post fade, or shoots from three. Makes great passes from the top of the key or top of the free throw line, and just yeah, he's been doing what he needs to do, and yeah. But again, the Heat, I just, if they keep going like this, and I understand they're getting accumulated to the city, to the series, to the game, and all, and to this team in general again, because they only play them twice in the whole year. This is their third time playing them. But I mean, the zone didn't really work. The man to man on Jokic didn't really work. I They were trying to do double teams, but it just didn't work too. Um, yeah, it was just it's just it's just like, what do you do to stop this man? What do you do to stop this team in general? If I'm being honest, I know KCP didn't really get much shot up, but Bruce Brown picked up it on his end for the offensive part, and just was scoring off the bench and playing great defense. Um, it's just interesting to see where we go from here and how Eric Spoelstra will respond, specifically him, and how Mike Malone will respond to him as well, because Eric Spoelstra is going to come out responding to this team in a whole different manner, and it's just going to see. I'm interested to see how Mike Malone also adjusts to that, and where also adjusts to Eric Spoelstra and his coaching method after. But anyways, I mean, just Jimmy, Jimmy's all right basically. Bam was doing pretty good for most part. It's just, but it turned into a 20-point lead and then to a 30-point lead, and I'm just like, where do we go from here? And this is weird because the Nuggets have been the like underrated team of the West. Most like you see, or other than yeah, pretty much you see the Clippers. Oh yeah, if Kawhi and Paul George are healthy, this team is gonna make it. If KD and everyone is there on the Suns, they're gonna make it to the finals. If LeBron and AD play well, they're gonna make it to the finals, which they almost did. Fair shot. Sacramento a little bit, kind of. They're more underrated, just like the Nuggets, but you kind of see them like, oh yeah, they could definitely make it to maybe the Western Conference Finals at least. The Warriors, they just made the finals last year. Oh, they can make it to the finals, but like the Nuggets, me personally too, I was just like, they're a good team. Just I don't think they're finals material. I think they're just fine. But they have what most of these teams don't have. It's just consistency, chemistry with each other, and just also trusting in each other. Like just again, like chemistry, but just trusting in each other to do what they need to do. From the coaching staff, from to the players on the court, on the off the court, like DeAndre Jordan, Ish Smith, giving you just advice and what like just veteranship on this team. And like this is the team that everything needs to happen. And you need veterans, you need young guys, CB, you need just all around players, Bruce Brown, KCP. You need great defensive players, you need great offensive players, Aaron Gordon and Nikola Jokic. Like this is a team that has all the right has all the check marks like marked off basically. And we kind of just underestimated them. A lot of people underestimated them, except for the Denver fans. Shout out to Denver fans. I see you all out tonight when I was working. And yeah, just, man, you guys are crazy fans. But you do love your team. I see that. And when I have the fortunate opportunities to go and see these games live, especially this year, I got to see 4 games. Yeah, or 5 games actually to this year of the Denver Nuggets, which I'm sure more like I only honestly, if I'm being honest, I only could watch the Nuggets games because the NBA app could never allow me to watch local games, which is kind of stupid. But I only watched the Nuggets game when I went into um, the arena or when I could see it on TNT, which is very rarely because they're not a big market, so it doesn't really get views on air. But anyways, this team when I do see them is just like a well-oiled machine and just like keeps going. You see Nikola Jokic play great, except against my Bulls. Shout out to Nikola Vucevic playing great defense on him. But yeah, no, like for the most part, this team is really good. Like I saw them beat the Boston Celtics, and like Celtics were just shooting threes the whole time when I went to that game. And I see like even still when they went against the Bulls, it was pretty much close. I'd say it's pretty much close, and it's just yeah, like this is a well-oiled machine. You love to see Jeff Green give all the hustle. You love to see all these guys give the hustle, and it seems like I'm talking too much about them, but for good reason because there's not many teams that can do this, and while not many teams that can do this on a great efficiency, consistency, and all the other stuff. Um, again, like we say, we're just like, oh well, if this person is healthy, this person, or if this person plays good, well, this team is playing good. This team is healthy, and look where we are now. It's the finals. It's so crazy. It's just very crazy to see how we as fans underestimated them, how I have underestimated them in general, and this is just a battle of just underestimated teams in general, or just teams that just we just kind of threw to the side. And I just hope for a great battle overall. I know again we're kind of getting accumulated to everything, so they probably weren't at the best of, at the best of this at the best top tip shape for this series or for this game. But still, I just hope it at least goes to a game or like a game 6, and like the Heat get a couple games and just play all their heart out, especially Jimmy. But it's just hard with the Heat. I understand. Again, I don't like underestimating the Heat because I have been almost every series that they gone into. Um, but this time it's a little bit more. It definitely is more different because even though the Celtics kind of are like the Nuggets in a sense, not really, just more of the sense that like, oh yeah, this team can make it to the finals and all that. But it's just more that team was not ready for this. Obviously, this team is ready and wants it. That like I don't think anybody or the Heat have faced anybody like this because the Bucks were not like this. They were more worried about all right, or they're more like all right, let's get ready for the championship instead of focusing on that round. The Knicks, they're just happy to even be in the second round at all. I think just got caught up in the lights in the end, especially Julius Randle. And again, the Celtics are just a little more immature in the sense that they need to get their stuff done and just not golly leg or however you want to say it. Just they just messed around that series and you could tell. But this series is definitely a lot more different. Where oh yeah, we need to. This team is definitely going to go for it. This team is wanting it all, and they're getting the job done. And Jokic, he goes in, he's like, all right, another day at the job, and gets right to work. And again, like people were like, oh, this team is gonna be a little rusty. No, this team was not rusty at all. Just all right, let's get back to work and switch that flip, or flip that switch basically. I don't know why I say switch that flip, but flip that switch basically. And yeah, I now I see I see the Nuggets winning this whole thing now after just this game. And again, this is why I don't like going into watching or like saying, "Oh yeah, after game 1 this and that." I immediately like bias like recency bias and all that. But it's not even that. It's just I've seen this team. I've been to the actual games of theirs. Just watched this team not almost all year. Well, obviously, again, not all year, but I've seen this team live. I've seen this team more than most people, I should say. Um, and it's just a very, very fun. It's a very different team than what the Heat had faced before. So that's all I'm just trying to say. In all reality, it's going in circles. But thanks for staying this long. Uh, yeah, I do feel bad for Jimmy. Yeah. I might talk about some other things going on with other teams. But for right now, I'm just more worried about the finals and waiting until we get done with this because it's honestly going to be like in the week and a half. And also, I'm going to be a little bit busy. I'm going to my sister's graduation party honestly, this week or next week. So kind of be prepared for that. I have to be. Because the finals are going to keep going. Then the NBA draft is the week after. So, oh man, it's gonna be crazy this offseason and just getting ready for it. But yay, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the Victor things and ready to see who wins this whole thing. But yeah, leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I do implore you to subscribe. It does help me a lot to grow this channel. I know a lot of people. I know there's a lot of views on this. You guys don't watch most of it, but hey, I'm glad that you guys even came in the first place. So, But just, yeah, again, please subscribe. It does help with the channel. It does help me expand more and do what I love to do and talk just about basketball. So I will see you guys later.